After 20 years in Britain, 3 Romanian adoptees returned to the land of their birth in search of their original families now. From Romania, with love.
I grew up in Bournemouth, in the south of England. It is a lovely place to grow up. I am English. My passport says I'm English, my accent, everything I know is English. The only thing that isn't English of mine is blood.
Nikki Wheeler wasn't born in Britain. 22 years ago, she was one of the Romanian orphans whose plight shocked the world.
No one knows how many orphans are scattered in homes across floors, 44 along each corridor,
struggle to live in harsh state institutions.
As the Iron Curtain fell, hundreds of British couples poured into Romania, eager to give these orphans a new life. But most of these children were not, in fact, orphans. They had been abandoned by their parents.
I always grew up feeling different. It's like a part of me that I'm not really sure about.
Now, more than 20 years on, 3 of these children are ready to go back.
Just feel a bit sick, I'm not gonna lie.
To try to find the families they're from.
That's my grandma. She couldn't believe it was me.
And the mothers who gave them away.
I want to just see what she's like, see if she's anything like me.
What would it be like for her? Would she actually be pleased with what she saw?
To be honest, I don't even know if they're still alive. But I need to find out.
I'm writing a letter that's going to be sent to my mother. It's one of those funny things where you say years ago, don't you, go, oh gosh, yeah, I'd so sit down and do that. And then actually when it actually comes to it, it seems so surreal. And where do you even begin? Go, hi mum, it's me. What do you say?
Will Moult is 23 and studying to become a teacher at university in Oxford.
We were very lucky. We grew up in southwest London. Our parents are doctors, they work incredibly hard. But growing up was not easy, especially at primary school. People go, oh, Romanian baby, and you think, oh, great. They've written me off before I've even managed to sit down and do anything.
Will spent the first year of his life in orphanage number 1, one of the largest orphanages in Bucharest.
Apparently, when I came over to the UK, I'd never had touched hot water. I'd never, completely unresponsive, couldn't walk, couldn't sit up, couldn't do anything, basically.
Will was adopted in 1990, along with another Romanian orphan. Annie became Will's sister.
Do you remember that one?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's absolutely terrific.
Not great,
what
is
on
it?
earth are we doing?
I don't know. We had a lot of fun though, didn't we? A huge amount of fun growing up. We're very close. I hate the fact she's got gorgeous olive skin, but I never hold it against her, It would be quite nice to know who to blame for certain genetic features.
Will hasn't seen his mother since he was just a few days old. He knows almost nothing about her, apart from one crucial detail: her address, recorded in his adoption paperwork. Now in his final year at university, Will's decided he's ready to make contact for the first time.
I said, I totally understand. This is a huge amount for you to take in, but it would mean a huge amount to me if you would just read to the end of the letter. I also want to say that with this letter, I have no expectations or requests. You have to be really sensitive. Maybe she had a reason that she doesn't given me up for some reason, or no one else knows about me, and she's gone and she's moved on and she's got another family and, whatever. I mean, there couldn't be anything worse, could there, than some long-lost child jumping back in the saddle. That could wreck someone's life, really.
Nikki left school at 16 to pursue a career as a sports instructor. Now 22, she's planning a big trip back to Romania for the first time.
There you go, this is a certificate. Birth certificate.
Unlike Will, Nikki has no idea where her birth mother is, but she does have several documents and photographs from the time of her adoption. Clues that she's hoping will lead her to a Romanian family.
It says here, mother of 29 years old, who gave birth to 6 children, so I was number 6. That is my birth mother, Tatiana. This is, at the time, her boyfriend, no relation to me. From the impression I get, she had a few men in her life. She was very popular.
I've never felt like she'd abandoned me and left me, because I've been so happy growing up. I consider my English parents to be my parents. I always will.
This is Tuesday the 26th of December 1989, and Nikki was actually born in November 89, so she was actually a month when Ceausescu was killed. I didn't feel it was that relevant to me. Now it's hugely relevant.
In December 1989, the Romanian people overthrew the communist dictator Nicolae Ceausescu, who'd ruled with an iron grip for 24 years.
That's wonderful news.
The best possible Christmas present for the Romanian people.
As the barriers lifted and Western media went in, they exposed the full extent of Ceausescu's bizarre and brutal policies.
The price Romania has paid.
He banned contraception, outlawed abortion, and decreed that all women should have a minimum of 5 children.
Ceausescu's rule won't be forgotten by one group of Romanians. They are the unwanted children of the country's orphanages.
It wasn't long before horrifying footage of unwanted babies reached the living rooms of Britain.
Your hard work is going to make all the difference this Christmas to hundreds of children in Romania.
For me, it was a Blue Peter broadcast that I was watching with the boys.
But why don't they just pick them up?
And they said on there, these children in the orphanage, they hadn't ever been cuddled or held, and they didn't cry because there was no point. And my husband Richard said, "What's the matter with you?" And I said, "I can't get over it. These children, it just upset me." And so then we looked into actually doing something fairly concrete about it.
Just a few months after the fall of Ceausescu, Nikki's adoptive father, Richard, jumped on a flight to Romania, hoping to bring back a baby to Pauline and their 2 sons.
Dad's first impression of the orphanage was all the washing hanging up, and he also said there was really quite a difficult smell. You were in a section of babies suitable to be adopted, and Dad didn't actually know what to do about it. Grandpa was praying very hard that you'd have a flashing light over your head, but obviously you didn't.
I stuck my tongue out instead.
You did. You laughed at him, and he actually thought you looked a lot like Abigail, your cousin. That is you, at 7 months.
I'm a bigger baby than I thought I'd be.
I think you just loved people, you know, like you do now. I think you just loved people chatting to you, and that was the town hall where Dad had to go and get the paperwork, and that's Tatiana and Dad.
Obviously, my dad went and got me, went through hell and back to get me. So the only person I ever wanted to go back with was him.
Richard always hoped to take Nikki back to Romania to trace her roots. But tragically, 2 years ago he died in a light aircraft accident.
The best dad ever. I'm more like my dad than anyone.
Is a part of doing this trip for him?
Yeah. I know there's no way. He would never let me pass this up.
Every single day we hear a different story.
Quite sure how I should arrive. Carriage.
Or a white horse.
Or a pink helicopter.
And everything is different. You never ever get bored of this job.
Don't drool lolly on my dress, will you?
You have that time in a car with your dad on your own. It's dead special having that little chat with Dad.
Well, this is it, the minute we've all been waiting for.
Book your appointment at The Wedding Shop, Thursday at 9 on ITV. Who got it? D.I. Alicardi.
You don't even know who he is.
Tell me. Why didn't you look in on him last night?
Why didn't you?
These people's lives have been destroyed.
I don't think I can do.
If you or someone you know has any information, please come forward now. Don't hide anything, because we will find out. We will catch whoever did this.
Broadchurch starts Monday at 9 on ITV.
I like to ask difficult questions. Do you think you made the right decisions for you and your career? Is that one of those times when you just wish you were anonymous? Get the answers that you want to hear.
I made a mistake.
I heard every day.
Find out the truth about the person behind the celebrity.
I think I'm a good mum.
What do you want to know, Piers?
You know what I want to know. I'm Piers Morgan with brand new guests and a brand new series of life stories.
Piers Morgan's Life Stories, Friday at 9 on ITV.
Pressure. It's one of our greatest enemies. Give in to it, and it could be your undoing. Overcome it, and it could change your life forever.
Have you got what it takes to beat the king?
Will fortune favor the bold?
Not close enough. You've got to be brave.
The Cube returns. Saturday at 8:15 on ITV.
"22-year-old Nikki is travelling to Romania for the first time, looking for the family who gave her up when she was just a year old.
No, I'm not expecting anything. I'm not expecting to find anything. I'm just gonna go out and see what happens.
I think my hope for Nikki is that she sees Romania as a beautiful country and the people as really strong, successful people, really. It's had quite a negative image in the press, and I think it'd be nice for us all to push through that.
I think it's such a beautiful place. Looks a lot like a mixture between Spain and France. Everyone's just so relaxed. Everyone's in such a hurry back home.
Nikki's first stop is the industrial city of Suceava, where she was adopted and brought to England.
When you look at people's faces here, do you think that you look similar to them?
Yeah, a lot of them, I definitely do. Like the skin colour, the skin tone, the eyes, just the general attitude, I think, is actually very similar. It makes me feel more comfortable, even though I have no idea what they say. What was he saying?
Nikki's come to the place where she spent the first year of her life.
We are right next to the orphanage where I was put. Got a little photo, so we know it's the right one.
Romania is still sensitive to the scandal of its orphans, and there are restrictions on filming.
Is there any English? Does anyone speak English?
But 20 minutes later, Nikki has made a discovery.
It's not an orphanage anymore. It's an office helping kids, instead of go into an orphanage, helping them, forward them to fostering or adoption straight away. She was much more helpful than I thought. I think there's a good chance. But even if I don't find my mother, I think I will find brothers and sisters.
There's one brother in particular that Nikki wants to know more about. Alin.
When I got put into the orphanage, he did at the same time. As far as I know, he's older than me, but I don't know what happened to him.
Only a tiny proportion of Romania's orphans found new homes in England. When Nikki came to Britain, Alin was left behind.
Have you ever seen any of this footage before?
Never. They all look so distraught. I'm shocked. I'm shocked.
And what about your brother? What if he didn't make it out?
I almost want to find him more than I want to find my birth mum. Because he's just the male version of me, basically.
They're among 62 toddlers leaving Bucharest this afternoon, starting their new life with new names written on a scrap of cardboard where it can't be lost.
Just over 300 Romanian children were adopted to England in the early 90s. Most of them under the age of 3. But one girl spent 10 years in orphanages before she began her new life in Britain.
My earliest memories, just being in an orphanage for lots of kids. We were regularly beaten and there was no warmth or love. Kids had told me that when I go to England they'll put me to sleep and they feed my brains to the monkeys.
Do you have memories of when you first came to Britain?
Yeah, I do. It was a snowy February back in '91. My mum had brought me a sandwich and I just proceeded to bite straight into the plastic. From the word go, I'd have food and I'd take it upstairs and put it under my pillow. And I just remember being straight into primary school. I didn't have much time to settle in.
Cezarina is now 31 and has served 2 tours with the Territorial Army in Iraq and Afghanistan. She knows very little about her Romanian family, but she's been told that her mother was just a teenager when she gave birth to her.
I know she was young when she had me, so she was about 15, 16. My name's Violetta. You know, I remember when I was 16 and if I'd had a child, I wouldn't have had a clue what to do. So I place no blame on her at all. I don't feel bitter.
For nearly 20 years, Cez has made a conscious effort to put her Romanian childhood behind her. But she's recently received a message that has brought it all back.
I got a message on Facebook from a lady called Joanna Herring, and the name rang a bell, but I just couldn't place it. And then when I saw her photo, I recognised her. And obviously she'd said who she was and how we'd met.
During Cez's years in Bucharest, there had been one ray of light. She'd spent several happy months living outside the orphanage with her foster mother, Olga. Joanna Herring was Olga's daughter, and for a short while became Cez's foster sister.
It was just amazing that she found me. I was quite shocked, very surprised, very, very happy. And then we've just been talking since.
Joanna is now living in York, and her mum is visiting from Romania. Cez is on her way to meet her foster mother for the first time in over 20 years.
I'm really nervous.
The last time Cez saw Olga was when she took her back to the orphanage, for reasons Cez still doesn't fully understand.
After I'd been fostered, it was almost unbearable to go back, you know. I think I was just crying and just kept saying, promise me you'll come back and get me. And the really sweet thing was that she did come back to get me, but I'd been adopted and I'd left. She kept her promise. Okay, we're like half a mile away. What's that house there? So, I don't even know if it's the right house. I think because I'm panicking now. I'm not thinking. I think this is the one, and that's so there. Hello. Hello. Oh wow. Oh hello. Oh, this is so nice. Oh. I feel bad because I don't speak Romanian anymore.
That's very weird.
But you must remember me when I did.
Yes, I do, of course.
I feel really bad and I feel really guilty. I can't even talk to Mum.
Zice că îi pare foarte rău că nu știe românește și se simte vinovată. Te rog să mă ierți că nu m-am dus în tabără atunci.
Please forgive me for not coming after you in camp. Ask, is that all she thinks about?
Numai la asta te gândeai?
Oh, gosh. You have to tell her it's the best thing that she ever did for me. If she hadn't put me back there, I wouldn't be here.
Dacă s-ar fi dus la altă casă de copii. I'm very glad that's how how it worked out and that's how you think about it.
I was cute once. Wow!
You're still cute.
I remember that. I remember.
Do you?
I do.
Well, there's
I
a
do.
funny incident.
I remember running to pick up a flower, and you told me off.
Yes.
You did. You were so cross with me. For a long time, I just wanted to know why I got put back in the orphanage, and it's not because I felt angry or bitter. I'm not, and you must tell your mum that I have never thought that.
It would have meant if you were to start school and live with us, it would have meant my mum had to pay utilities for 3. She couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
We went through some very lean times around the revolution.
Yes, I do understand.
Before and after.
Yes, I do understand. And how did you feel when you found out that I was adopted?
Well, we were thrilled for you, but now the rules of adoption, we went quite far trying to. And we're told, no, this is confidential, no, I'm sorry, this is
so all this time you've just been wondering?
Yeah.
I think it's sad that it's been so long, and I honestly never thought that I'd see them again. I really didn't.
Does it make you want to try and find more relatives?
Absolutely, yes, why not? Joanna's prepared to use the internet to find my auntie Cesarina. I think it'd be nice to meet my mum, obviously, but we'd be like two strangers meeting, and she must be so nervous and possibly regretful that she left me.
A month after writing a letter to his birth mother, Will has received a reply.
Oh my goodness, it is like opening exam results. I don't think I've felt this sick since my A-levels. Ooh. Which one's the translator? Ah, that's the Romanian. That's really crazy. Like, although I can't understand it, that's really crazy to see. It's cool is the wrong word. Okay. Let's go. Oh, it's all really short. I think from reading this, I think, writing was the best thing. Because some of the things that she said, it makes me quite sad that she feels that way, actually. My dear, I received the letter from you, and it's very true that I was shocked and surprised. I don't want to justify myself in front of you because I don't have this right. When your father found out I was pregnant, he decided on his own that it'd be better to have an abortion. I didn't agree with this, and from that moment I didn't want anything to do with him. I gave birth to you and I got scared when I saw myself with a small baby alone. I didn't have the courage and didn't feel capable of raising you alone. Therefore, I decided to put you up for adoption because back then, I was sure you'd be better there than with me. I'm nobody for you. I'm a mother who deserves to suffer all her life for what she did 23 years ago. I have no other child, you are my only one. If I wasn't able to take care of you, how could I give birth to another child? Not one day of my life passed without thinking of you. That's really sad. I feel awful for her. Like, it sounds from that she has never been able to move on because of what she went through, if that makes sense. And it doesn't sound really crazy, but you feel kind of responsible for that.
Lucky, 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 lucky pants. Lucky, 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 lucky pants. Go get your betcha, go get your lucky pants. Go get your betcha, go get your lucky pants.
Register now and get 500 free bingo cards.
and 20 free spins on our slots at luckypantsbingo.com. No deposit required. Smarty Pants can increase their chance at luckypantsbingo.com.
There is no greater test of unconditional love than the act of having children. Because from the moment those bundles of joy enter your world, they spend the next 20-odd years laying claim to everything in it. At Barclays, we've created a family springboard mortgage. You can put your savings toward your loved one's mortgage, but you'll get your money back with interest after 3 years. Because what goes around should always come around. For all of life's little challenges, you can always count on your bank.
Western Power Distribution. Power for life.
I hardly ever buy fairy liquid. I hardly ever buy fairy liquid. I hardly ever buy fairy liquid. I hardly ever buy fairy liquid.
Generations have trusted Fairy's cleaning power because it lasts a long, long time. And today, it lasts twice as long as the next best-selling brand. That's fair economy.
Hydration. Bored with your daily moisturizing routine? What if you could change it now? Garnier invents its first tailor-made hydration range with Moisture Match. Our new generation of moisturizers. 5 textures with selected ingredients. Gel, cream, sorbet, balm and lotion. A perfect match for specific skin needs. Immediately a 30% moisture boost. Beautifully radiant skin. New Moisture Match by Garnier. Tailor-made to moisturize your skin. Who takes care of me?
Garnier. We can all get a little competitive now and then. We may resort to underhand tactics or downright cheating. However, it's not the winning, but the taking part that counts. With special touches like easy swirl, cupcake icing, wafer daisies, soft gold pearls, and many, many more. Enjoy even better baking with Dr. Oetker.
When you can't sleep, nothing seems to help. Calm Sleep is an effective remedy with natural active ingredients that helps to restore your normal sleep patterns so you can sleep easily and wake feeling refreshed. When you can't sleep, Calm Sleep.
Look at me back then. So much has changed. If there's anything I'd like to get back, it's my confidence, because I felt I really lost that. So I joined Weight Watchers. New approach Weight Watchers. It's new, it's flexible, and it puts you in control. Join for free today.
We've got lads here that are 20 years old that are on their 5th sentence.
If you put a dog in a cage, it's not going to get better, do you know what I mean?
Journey inside one of Britain's toughest prisons.
The morals are all mixed up here. You say no, they'll turn around and say, I want to smash your face in.
Her Majesty's Prison, Aylesbury, now available on ITV Player.
In the north of Romania, Nikki is searching for family members who she left behind when she was adopted to Britain 20 years ago. One brother in particular is important to Nikki, Alin, who was put in the orphanage with her, but who wasn't picked for adoption.
Nikki.
Nice meeting you.
Hello.
Wanting to know more about what happened to those who weren't adopted, Nikki is visiting a rehabilitation centre for orphans who were left in state institutions until the age of 18.
She's Andrea, Alina, Tudorel, Valeriu. He's autistic, he never spoke, and he doesn't have teeth at all. And the last boy, which is more close to us, is Eugen. He's from Giurgiu, and he has a good chance in his life, let's say. Yes.
Este povestea mea de viață de la Giurgiu.
It's his life story from Giurgiu.
You have very nice handwriting. Thank you very much for letting me see you.
So this is first vegetable garden.
The students are taught basic skills in the hope that one day they can get jobs and venture out into the world.
Here we have the carpenter, Mr. Nelu. Here we have some furniture from pine, from hardwood.
This is lovely. Can they send them over from here to England? The work they do there is just unbelievable. The amount of work they must put into helping these children, to see what I could have gone through and could have, like, you know, I could be one of these people. You know, they're all my age, physically. They're all my age.
How does it make you feel about your dad picking you out from all those cots?
Just so blessed, so lucky.
Nikki is heading for the town where her family was living when her dad came to take her back to Britain.
I wondered how much he told you about his trip in Romania. Had you ever asked him about it?
Probably, but I used to just tell him to stop talking to me about it. It just kind of pointed out that I was different. I wanted to be so much the same as everyone else, but whenever it got brought up, people would look at me differently. I just saw how they looked at me, and I didn't like it. I do regret, like, not knowing more about it.
Presumably he would have driven down this road.
Well, now you say it, yeah. Yeah, he would have. So yeah, you're right. I'm driving down the same route as my dad did.
Dear Tanya, I just want to say thank you so much for your letter. I cannot tell you how much it means to me that you replied. I also want to say how much I admire your strength and courage as a person to do what you did 23 years ago. However, it makes me very sad that you feel as if you should suffer for what you did. The other reason I'm writing to you is to say that I'm coming to Romania next week with my adoptive sister. Totally on your terms and agreement, I would love to meet you in person.
Will has come to Bucharest to a pre-arranged location to meet his mother for the first time.
The plan is that when my mother arrives with the translator, she's going to be waiting outside the Natural History Museum, just up there. And the plan is I'm going to walk up this street and cross the road and go and meet her. So we're waiting patiently. It's kind of right now, isn't it, where you think, have I made the right choice? Just feel a bit sick, I'm not gonna lie. Try to remind myself it's a bit like going on a blind date. You just don't want that person to look and go, oh God, you know. Go with it.
I think they're up there.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, wow. You're fine.
Right, I'll see you in a bit.
Yeah, see you in a bit. Keep thinking positively.
Oh my goodness.
Will's mother has asked not to be identified. She's never told anyone that she had a son and gave him away. The last time she saw Will, he was just a few days old.
Hi. Hi, nice to meet you, Soren. Hi. Hi. Nice to meet you. Hi, thank you so much for coming. Oh dear. Is she okay? Okay. Oh no, I'm so sorry. I didn't bring one for you because I didn't know. Thank you very much. That's very sweet of you. Should I tell you, blue is my favourite colour. Thank you.
Wouldn't have been able to do that, to be honest with you. Not at all. He's very, very, very brave.
Nikki's arrived in the small town of Câmpulung Moldovenesc, hoping to track down her Romanian family.
Hi. Soren? My name is Nikki. It's very nice to meet you. Thank you for translating for me.
She's enlisted the help of local translator, Sorin.
This is the address where my birth mother lived.
Hello, Keanu. Yes, I can help you.
They've come to the building where Nikki's mother Tatiana was living when she gave birth to her. No one's answering, so they try one last door. The caretaker.
Bună ziua, domnul Huciuleac. Da, măcar o lecuță. Can I ask him about Tatiana?
Yeah, I have. Tell him I have a picture.
Tatiana?
Tatiana knows her. My mother.
Fica Tatiani.
Can you see the face?
You
do
look like
do
Tatiana.
I look her? Do I look?
You remember her?
He remembers me.
He remembers you.
I got adopted to England.
He knows when an Englishman took you from here.
Oh, that's my father. Does he know where she's gone?
She's in France now.
Merci, merci.
Mama.
Thank you very much. That's just amazing. He knows everything. He was there the whole time. He remembers me. He remembers my other brother that got adopted. He remembers my dad coming to adopt me. He met my dad and he smiled, the smile on his face when he said he remembered my dad. I almost cried. It's just another step closer, which is, I'm so happy. It's brilliant.
In Bucharest, Will has been talking with his mother for over 2 hours.
Oh, dear me. Yeah, it was really good, really amazing, but really hard for her. You can see someone's pain just by looking at them or seeing their emotions. She said that I look a huge amount like my dad. I think the only thing I've inherited from her are my lips. But I think there did seem to be a strong feeling that she never wanted to give the baby up. And it really came across to me in a way that she'd really thought about this a lot. And you think, whoa, and that makes me realise that what I've done is the right thing.
Do you think she liked what she saw?
You know what, maybe it's not liking literally what she saw, but actually I think just meeting that person, and that's all that matters. Even if I haven't gained a load of extra information, I've seen her for myself, and that in itself is massive.
Hello? Is that Dorina? Dorina, da? Okay, Cesarina? Cesarina. Nu înțeleg românește. Nu înțeleg. Vorbești engleză?
With the help of her foster sister, Chez has managed to track down several of her Romanian relatives.
I think she's happy to hear from me.
She's hoping she'll eventually find someone who knows where her mother is.
In New York? Yeah. Who is in New York? Depu. Papa. She seemed quite emotional. Couldn't believe that's my grandma. She couldn't believe it was me. She clearly knew who I was, and she was shocked that I rang her. Hello? My name is Cesarina. Hello?
Chez's grandmother has given her the number of her great aunt in New York,
Cesarina.
the one person who may know where her mother is living.
What is your name? Margareta. Oh, wow, hello. No. Do you know where she is? In Idaho. She's in Idaho. What is Violetta's last name? Is it Violetta Gardichuk?
Your name is Gardichuk. She is Violetta.
Papa. My mother is not Violetta anymore. I don't know, I think she'd be upset if I changed my name. It's something I've thought of that she might do, but I think when you find out, it's different, isn't it? When you've got that clarification. To me, that means she doesn't want to be found.
Every 6 months, we send our customers a personalised tariff checkup based on their actual energy usage. And if we've got a cheaper tariff, we'll let you know on your bill or online account. British Gas, we do more to look after your world.
New double serum from Clarins. An exclusive formula enriched with plant extracts in a 2-phase system to target visible signs of skin aging. Skin looks more radiant, firmer, and pores look less visible. 82% of UK women agree that double serum is more effective than their regular serum. Clarins.
I've fallen for the hype. I used to think only luxury brands could give me lightweight, nourished hair, until I found
Pantene Aqua Light. Silky nourishment, virtually no weight, for nourishment that hair care brands 7 times the price can't beat.
That's the type of luxury I love.
Pantene, hair so healthy looking, it shines.
Now collect double points. That's 2,000 Nectar points when you buy car insurance through Confused.com.
Love Film Instant.
What's that?
It's the easy way to watch unlimited movies and TV series.
This is how I roll.
Instantly.
All right, done deal.
Fire up your broadband and fill your boots. Because we bring you thousands of great movies and TV series on loads of devices.
That is exactly what I need.
For less than £5 a month.
Cool. Simples.
Try it for free now.
Look it up, big boy.
Hell yes.
Love Film Instant. From Amazon.
The Dream Sale is now on, and until Monday, there's 60% off hundreds of beds. Save on this memory foam and pocket spring divan, only $479. Or this fantastic bedstead with 32-inch LG TV, now with 60% off. Plus, with 3 for 2 on all bedroom furniture and up to 3 years free credit on everything, there's never been a better time to create your dream bedroom. 60% off sale ends Monday, only at Dreams.
Rigorous Herbmeister searches Switzerland's alpine meadows and gathers the 13 natural herbs that give Ricola sweets their delicious flavour. Then the herbs are blended, so you can enjoy the refreshing taste of Ricola. Mouth-wateringly good.
Ricola! Is there anything these Rivitas don't go with?
It appears not.
Pumpkin seeds and oats Rivita. Fancy that.
She said. Mum, back so soon.
Oh, a week without you?
Just a flying visit.
So what's new? Any babes on the scene?
This is new. YouView, Mum. Tons of channels. And because it's from BT, I get the most on-demand telly on YouView. I can rent HD movies.
You've been single for a while.
And you can even scroll back through loads of catch-up TV.
Great! I can catch up on all the soaps I've missed.
Dennis is helping us
Simon?
No, we just live together. There's 3 of us.
How very modern.
Get your YouView box with BT.
There's nothing between them. It's all to play for, and it's live on ITV.
Such anticipation.
The UEFA Champions League, Manchester United versus Real Madrid, Tuesday at 7:30, live and free on ITV.
Nikki only has a short time left in Romania. She's found out that her mother has left the country. but she's still hoping she'll be able to track down other family members.
Nici, Mrs. Petronella, he will help
She's come to the town hall to look in the local records.
My mother?
Tatiana Sârbulu.
It's not my father.
Tatiana, your mother?
So I have 4 brothers and 1 sister.
Nikki's adoptive family, Mum Pauline and brothers Tom and Mark, have flown out to offer her some support. Nikki's discovered that she is in fact one of 9 children that her mother Tatiana gave birth to.
They found pretty much most of my siblings. 3 of the boys are in prison.
Right, okay. That's not where you could have ended up then. Anything with Tatiana then?
Well, yesterday we thought she'd moved to France, and then people in there that know her said that she's actually in Italy.
Incredibly, there's one member of Nikki's family who is still living in the town. Her 94-year-old grandfather, Tatiana's dad. Nikki is hoping she's about to meet him.
Do you think that they would react the same way that we might react in Britain?
No.
You're quite emotional about it.
No. No, I know they're not like that. I think they will be very, very detached. Maybe they won't understand why I've come back to see them.
Good news.
Good news.
Your grandfather is living there. When I told him about you, he was instantly crying. And
So I was wrong about the emotional thing.
And he said, he was in my hands. I remember about her.
Tata te pupă, papa, te pupă, tata te boteza, tata și eu m-am dus tata la Dornă și m-am avut ceva la Dornă. Și atunci totodată, când am venit, am început a plânge câteodată.
Ea nu știe românește și o să-i traduc, ea știe numai limba engleză.
Când am venit, odată, eu n-am știut când odată.
The grandfather had a job and when he came back, you were gone.
Nu mă, odată. Atunci am plâns.
N-ați știut nimic despre...
N-am știut nimic, absolut nimic. Și pe urmă mi-au spus, ia uite că am dat fata de ce.
After that, Tatiana said, look the situation. My daughter is in England.
Am unul cu Tatiana, uite nasul ei.
Nikki is hoping her grandfather can tell her more about her parents and why they gave her up.
Dumneavoastră știți cine este?
He moved to Russia.
Radu. Un vagabond.
Moved from here and there.
I'd do that.
Și ea face la fel acum. Și că tot așa...
I tell him I don't stay in the same place for more than a few
Nu poate să stea într-un loc. Se duce și acolo, și acolo, și acolo.
So that's where I got it from them.
Radu este și tată și pentru alții de aici?
Nu.
Nu. Only your father.
La ei, în care au luat-o după Radu, ăsta au spus, dacă dai copilă, eu te iau în căsătorie. Dacă nu dai copilă, nu.
He's the one that made her give me into the orphanage because I wasn't his.
Yes. Yes. Mama,
Nikki has never heard her grandfather's version of events before. She has no way of knowing if it's true.
We got the impression that they were too poor to have me.
Yeah.
And that's the impression that they gave us.
That's what they told the courts, actually. Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah. But yeah, he made her give me that. So I am a one-night stand.
Brother, frații Tatianei și mama ei...
Română să treci.
Mulțumesc.
Română să treci. Hai,
Mama.
Mama, mama.
I've basically found out my family history in an hour. A lot to take in such a short time, but that's the whole reason we've come here. So I've come here with an open head, open ears.
When you will return to see him again?
Yes, definitely. I've lost all my grandparents from England, so now I've got another granddad, my real granddad.
Back in England, Ches has discovered that her mother is living in America and has changed her name.
I was feeling quite down, and I just thought, here's another bout of rejection, and I think that made me more determined. I had the feeling that I will hunt you down type thing.
Ches has been piecing together her Romanian family tree, and with the help of her great aunt, she's managed to speak to her mum for the first time.
I contacted my mum by phone about 2 o'clock in the morning, and yeah, it was quite strange to hear her voice. But she was just very apologetic and crying a lot. I can appreciate that it was quite a shock for her. Right now, she's not quite ready to see me, and possibly I'm not ready to see her. We found each other a lot quicker than I thought, and I think it takes time for her to come to terms with it.
Ches's mum doesn't want to be identified, but she's happy for Ches to see photographs of her for the first time.
Just looking at that, I can see similarities of body structure. We've both got the same round face, the same or similar shaped eyes. We've definitely got the same legs, short, which I've never liked. But yeah, it's quite weird to have her staring right back at me whenever I want.
Ches has now gone back to university as a mature student, studying speech and language therapy.
Something I've always wanted to do. Thinking back to the orphanage, there were a lot of children who struggled with speech and language and were illiterate. It's nice to know that my mum's quite proud of what I've done with my life. And next year after university, I do plan to go to America and see her. I think she's excited about what the future holds.
After meeting his mother, Will is getting ready to go back home.
So do you think she did the right thing?
That's $1 million question, isn't it? I mean, yeah, for me, going over to the UK, yeah, absolutely. But for her, it's a different story. Half and half for her, I think. Mm. It's clearly affected her more than I could ever have imagined. We're going to keep in touch via the translator. Relationships, as everyone knows, don't just go boom. It's going to be an ongoing process, but something that I'm really looking forward to.
Oh, yes. This is what it's about. Oh my God, that's horrible. I think I'm a bit fat. Oh! I'm a bit fat for this.
Oh my God.
Before leaving Romania, there's one thing Nikki still needs to find out. What happened to Alin, the brother who was left behind? She's been back to the orphanage, and she's finally got the answer.
Was either fostered into a family or something along those lines, and he's basically made everything for himself. He's a plumber. He's got his house. We don't know if he's got a wife or children. It's a very relieving feeling to know that he didn't go down, he went up. So I can go home happy girl. I think the main lesson I've learned is that out of all 9 children, I am the luckiest out of all 9. So I have had the best life.
Do you think your dad would have been proud of you coming back here, doing this trip?
Yeah, very. There's no way I could see my life without this trip in my life.
Fitting the dresses is all very well, but the girls at the wedding shop do a lot more than that. That's tomorrow night at 9 here on ITV. Safari Vet School is next.
Welcome to life, the great unknown, where everyone has a story to tell.
That cry, that is pure exhilaration.
You're part of the most special day of somebody's life.
I've never met the lady who's responsible for my life, really.
Welcome to life.
Their crimes are so horrific that they may never get out of jail.
Life is an adventure, where every day is a new beginning and where nothing is impossible. Documentaries on ITV, where life lives.
6:27 p.m. Oh, slip off those heels. Home, feet home. Slip, slip to the kitchen. Rachel's pure organic vanilla yogurt and fresh raspberries. Slips down a treat.
Find your Rachel's moment.
The Furniture Village winter sale ends this weekend, and we're keeping it easy. Easy because everything's reduced, including all these fabulous brands. With good, friendly advice. Proper advice. You're sure to find exactly what you're looking for. Don't miss the Furniture Village sale. Ends Sunday.
Selling your car is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Enter your reg number now at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
For a fresh welcome in your home, discover new Ambi Pure with a touch of Febreze. Febreze clears the air, and Ambi Pure releases the scents throughout your home. For a truly clear and sharp scent experience. Fill your home with the scents of new Ambi Pure with a touch of Febreze. New Ambi Pure Plug is only £1 at Savers. See in store for great refill range.
Sergey! Sergey! You have beetle belly! Your toy does not! This is big problem. Toys are for smart people who go to comparethemarket.com and not my site, comparethemeerkat.com. Better to collect highly accurate Meerkat toys, buy car or home insurance or switch energy to comparethemarket.com. Simples!
We're the people with a smile on the box. We're the reinventors of normal. That's why we created our newest Kindle, with the world's first paper-white display that reads without glare in bright sunlight, at night, and every minute in between. Because the only thing more perfect than reading is more reading. The new Kindle Paperwhite.
Tired workers, you deserve a proper dinner. Tomorrow, we're ready for you.
Don't miss the Caravan and Motorhome Show at Chepstow Racecourse this Friday, Saturday and Sunday. That's the Caravan and Motorhome Show at Chepstow Racecourse this Friday, Saturday and Sunday. See you there.
Kids want to be